over to you.
Thank you, Bill. My name is Olivier Carnahan. I'm heading our growing e-business capabilities at SingTel. My mission is very simple. I have to bring the agility of a .com with the resiliency of the enterprise to SingTel. Now, I used to debate with my colleagues in sales and marketing on a regular basis. Give me sales forecast, accurate forecast over the next 3 years, because I had to make capacity and bandwidth decisions over that period of time. With the services I'll introduce you to today, in terms of desktop on demand, compute on demand, software as a service, I don't have these problems anymore. I'm telling my colleagues in the business, you bring the sales, I'll take care of the infrastructure. So Nicola and I today are going to demonstrate those 3 services, and we'll start first with our desktop on demand, Power On desktop. I'd like to show you something that right here from my iPad. This is my iPad, but in fact, it's my desktop. It's my Windows desktop from within my firewall. It follows me everywhere over SingTel's trusted 3G network, whether at my desk, whether I am on a tablet, or whether I'm actually using my iPhone or any other smartphones. What I use those services for is to remain very mobile. But we will see that it has advantages for the entire enterprise. So now I'm going to grant access over to Nicola. So Nicola, over to you. Gain access to my desktop. Not funny business with my email while you're on stage, please. Nicola is now gaining access behind the firewall. It could be on the road, it could be at his desk. And basically, he's gaining access to mission-critical applications, or very simple applications such as, Nicola, why don't you power up PowerPoint? This is something we've been working on together. It's great for collaboration. As I told you before, I don't really like that white background, so why don't you go ahead and send it to the back, please? At this stage, Nicola is, again, accessing this over 3G, over Wi-Fi, wherever he is. But now, Nicola, I'd like you to wow us a little bit more. Why don't you go ahead and purchase an application, let's say Microsoft Access. Now, this is a great advantage because at a click of a button, on demand, Nicola buys only the application that he needs. There's no more need to buy a whole suite of applications that only use for 10%. So Nicola, why don't you now go back to the PowerPoint. Let me try to regain access. These applications, these states of applications are resilient from one of the 3 screens. They follow wherever you are. You start collaborating on your iPad or your tablet. It follows you on your mobile phones, follows you on your laptop. Now, when I talk to the CIOs and I talk to them about these kind of offers, they tell me they really like 3 things about this. First, it gives them control back. One instance across the enterprise, which means when you upgrade, it means that when you do antivirus, patching, it's much simpler. Number 2, cost savings. Greatly reduced CapEx and OpEx. You move away from the very expensive desktops, all the suites of applications purchased up front, to cost-effective tablets. Third, CIOs can now look like heroes because they can bring mobility services to the road warriors. Now, these are the things that are really important. That's a differentiator. That's the power of the cloud and the mobility. But this is just one of the services that I'll be demonstrating to you today. The other one is the business portal. And I'm going to be demonstrating to you the power of compute and bandwidth on demand. So, Nicola, why don't you go ahead and log in on our business portal. We've created that portal for our business customers, SME customers, large enterprise customers, customers overseas. As you can see, they can have the ability to go through mobile and broadband e-shops with real-time provisioning. They can slice and dice and analyze their bills online. No more need for paper bills. They have access to network monitoring with the ability to track, trace, the ability to collaborate with some of our network engineers over chat. Service provisioning will be demonstrating to you, and my business as well. So, Nicola, why don't you go ahead and you go into Power On Demand. Now, this is a small virtual data center that I created yesterday. This is a total virtual data center. It includes firewall, load balancer, web, app, database servers, external storage, and I created a very small architecture to show you at first. I created that in, read my lips, minutes, not the 12 weeks that we were told before. Nicolas, why don't you go ahead, and I want you to at least quadruple the resources that we have, but first, I want to see the state of where we are. As you can see from this video, running on that infrastructure, my CPU and my thresholds alerts are completely overwhelmed. The video should be buffering at any point. Now that's a problem, and when you face that problem as a CIO or a CTO, you ask yourself, I need to call procurement, I need to call IT, I need to do a whole sort of things before I can scale. Nicolas is now going to demonstrate to you how you can scale those compute resources. Typically, organizations move to the cloud in 4 phases. First, they move their IT test environments. With more trust, experience, they move more resources. Business applications, eventually external applications, and the entire infrastructure. Look how easy it was for Nicolas to quadruple the resources on compute, memory, external storage, on demand at a touch of a button through the business portal. And look how easy it is now for him to increase the bandwidth. He can double the bandwidth just for a day if he wants to. Now, we're going to later on look at the immediate effect on the widget, but I can tell you that when we talk to CIOs, this is a value proposition they truly value. Okay, well, why don't you go ahead and show us the impact on the test. Now, it better not be buffering at this point. Okay, well, no more thresholds alerts. This is not buffering. The CPU, as you can see, is remaining in a very healthy level. That's powerful. Minutes, ladies and gentlemen, minutes, no more months. Imagine the cost savings, the elasticity that you gain out of that. This is quite impressive. Now, when we talk to the CIOs, CTOs, and CFOs about these offers, they tell us that they fear the lack of control about their costs. Now, we all know the model, which is the pay-as-you-go model. It's great for scalability, but you're always fearful to receive your bill at the end of the month. On the other extreme, you've got the committed model, which is great for control of your cost, financial discipline, but you're not able to scale as easily. SingTel, and that's one of the key differentiators of SingTel, has come up with, from a telco experience, like a mobile plan. We call it the hybrid model. You basically have a certain number of committed minutes with the ability to burst. That's powerful, and that's one of the key differentiators. The little monitoring widget that you saw, allied with the hybrid model, are 2 differentiators that are very difficult to go to market with. It takes a village to bring these kind of capabilities to market. These services give the abilities to the CIOs to move away from infrastructure planning towards infrastructure ROI. And that's powerful. It frees them their time to focus on what really matters. And just allow me a few seconds here to show you how easy it is to scale one office licenses. Nicolas, go ahead, add a few licenses to one office. Nicolas is now adding a few licenses, relying on the teams within his company. Complete synchronicity here. In fact, as Bill has mentioned earlier, 100,000 users trust SingTel's cloud services already. Now, in summary, what you've seen today, the large enterprise CIOs really value the control, the cost savings, the mobility services. For the Power On compute, they value agility, elasticity, responsiveness. The small and medium business owners really value information and productivity tools. These are very important services, and they are all provided by one company, people trust, offering one bill, offering one support number, relying on certified personnel, certified infrastructure. That's very powerful. And when you look at it from a CIO, CTO perspective, CFO, owner of a small and medium business, it allows you to move away from infrastructure planning and tweaking into true business enablement. The way it was always meant to be, by the way. And in these volatile economic times, the ability to scale is an agility that customers we talk to truly value. Thank you.